Welcome, guys, to All Things African Parenting. I have with me Dr. Amarachi here. I can see is it Videre?
Hello,
Ooh.
good to have you here.
Right. Do you want us to wait or just start?
So, should we give like 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah, we'll
Maybe
give it a
five.
bit, maybe 5 minutes and then,
Okay.
yeah. So, how's your weekend?
Oh, you know how weekends can be here. The only time you have to prepare, do everything. It's been hectic, but
Yeah, I mean, weekends can be hectic because sometimes you're trying to catch up with stuff or
yeah. Like
you're busy in the weekend. It doesn't feel like you.
it doesn't feel. Yeah, and it feels like it's so short. Like
Mm.
weekend is almost over. Like Saturday is over already. So I just have one more. I just have one more day, Sunday.
Yeah, no, I was also busy today. I had to go to a baby shower and straight
Oh.
came back
You,
and
you are
yeah.
having your busy was fun busy.
Yeah, well, it was work busy to be fair. Work busy, yeah.
Okay.
It was fun, yeah. I mean, it's always a joy to celebrate a baby that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
joy. And also socializing, music, dancing, food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, we'll wait a few minutes and it's okay if nobody turns up because we can just save the video and people can always revisit it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So it's not an issue. This is the time probably when most people are doing stuff or they're sleeping.
Yeah, it's weekend.
Yeah,
It's Saturday.
yeah. So it's not an issue. We'll give it maybe a few more minutes and then see how things go.
You know, if we dive into this topic, like there's a whole lot happening right now. Did you watch the video of that woman, the African woman and her son? The one that
Mhm.
happened recently in a Catholic school, the boy that got beat up by four of his classmates.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Oh,
I saw it. It's
it's
really
horrible. It all started with them wanting him to join a WhatsApp group. From what she said, you see how terrible things are getting, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. We can't say, oh, everybody, let's stop using it because honestly, is relevant to us as adults. We use it a whole lot. But the problem is, how do we protect children from accessing it like we adults? How do we protect them in a space that is designed for adults? That is the
agree.
problem. And
Agree.
the thing is that a lot of people are not even seeing it as a concern, as a problem. Like it's not being prioritized as much as expected compared to the growth of the digital space. You know how the digital space is growing, it's expanding
Mhm.
exponentially. Like the growth, the growth trajectory is beyond what was estimated. And this all what helped it was this COVID period.
Mhm. Mhm.
During the COVID, that people realized that okay, we don't need to be at a certain place. We must not go to work. We must not go to It's tripled from 2019 up until this moment. And it's not stopping.
I agree, and I think I remember listening to news one of the days in the week. Someone was advocating. I think they were just talking and advocating that under 16s are banned on social media. And I think we'll delve a bit into that as you share whatever you're sharing. I'm just saying, welcome. Me and Dr. Amarachi here, we're just talking about safeguarding in the digital space. And I'm going to start off by asking you, Dr. Amarachi, to just tell us a bit more about yourself and your professional background.
Okay, my name is Amarachi Anyehe. I'm a medical doctor. I also have a master's degree in public health.
Mhm.
I've, right from when I was in medical school, I've always been interested in public health, anything that involves educating the public, spreading information. I used to go for outreaches
Mhm.
where we educate people. Then in medical school, we used to go to secondary schools as well,
Mhm.
educating girl child, boy child, different things. And that was when I picked up interest in public health. And
Mhm.
I've been in the health sector for like 5 years plus now because I
Mhm.
graduated in 2019.
Mhm.
But currently, I've honed. I will use the word honed down my interest in public health, particularly towards digital safety and digital health,
Okay.
especially for children.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my current interest. It's been my current interest for like 3 years now, 3 years plus now. So
Wow. I see.
yeah.
And what do you think actually sparked that interest in all the different areas? Why did you choose the digital space?
Okay, it didn't just happen overnight anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, my own personal experience led me to things and finding out things and getting a lot of information about the digital space and realizing soon enough, I would say soon enough, I guess, that it's becoming a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a 5 year. He's 5 years, almost 5 years old now. But you know,
Okay.
when we came into the country, it wasn't easy
Mm-hmm.
trying to settle down in a new country with a 1 year, 5 month old baby,
Mm-hmm.
struggling with school, trying to understand the school system in the UK, everything, my environment. So I found out that I relied more on television
Okay.
to kids to keep him busy and all that. So, but
Mm-hmm.
then I soon realized that with time, it was looking like he was becoming more aggressive. Like if I put off the TV, he would scream and cry. And honestly, even with being in the medical field, I didn't realize what was going on. I was worried, like what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then luckily for me, at that moment, I was doing research in my
Okay.
public health studies on mental health. I
Mm-hmm.
just stumbled upon it while checking something about mental health in kids and phone and going in this digital space and all that, how it's been affecting their mental health as well, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That was when it just clicked. Like, what have I been doing? Oh my God. And then I started researching on measures, what I can do. I started browsing. And
Mm-hmm.
so I found out that, I had to cut down. And immediately I cut down on the time. Before I could let him watch TV for like 3 hours, as
Yes.
little as he was. But I cut it down. I was so oh, he would cry, he would cry. It was not easy, but with time I started seeing changes. Like 30 minutes, even he would even say, I was like, okay, put off the TV, he would put it off and he would go and play or do puzzles. I started buying other toys. It wasn't easy because I was struggling, trying to make out time to play with him. Yeah, but that was when I started my research on it. Even my final year, my final thesis, it was something about literacy too. Like how I realized that a lot of people were not even informed about
Mm-hmm.
how detrimental the digital space is to
Mm-hmm.
kids. And so, yeah, that was
That's really interesting because I think we speak the same language in the sense that we're both parents, and I
yeah.
can really relate with what you're talking about when you talk about screen time with all these tablets that are easily accessible now. Sometimes parents get carried away in that they let the TV or the tablets parent their children.
I'm
Mhm.
guilty of that. Like, but it's not their fault. To be honest, it's not easy. It's really not
It
easy.
isn't easy. It isn't easy at all. It isn't.
Yeah, and things are different from our mothers, our parents' time, because now you
Mhm.
have to work. The economy is not smiling. Everybody has to just put heads together to make things work. So it's not easy. You have to keep the kids busy. At that age, they want attention, and I understand because I've been there, so I know that how difficult it can be.
Indeed, indeed. And I wouldn't say I'm a saint. I do use screen time. Now that I'm away, I tend to use it intentionally. Is it as perfect as I would want it to do? Probably not. I would actually want to avoid it. But now that I'm away, I use it intentionally.
Yeah,
And it's not as detrimental as, no, you not being away because you know the
yeah,
limit. And you know that, okay, I can use it for a certain period, but I can't continuously let my child spend the whole day while watching TV.
yeah,
Yes. And like what you're saying, play is very important. Interaction with other children, playing with the toys, reading,
yeah.
all those things. that kind of stimulate the mind, especially when a child is developing. So I absolutely agree with you on that. And when you were doing your research, I just want you to share a bit more. What did you discover about screen time?
Okay. I
Mhm.
first of all I discovered how many hours, especially for less than 2 years. They have different times.
Yes.
You can, yes, like from 5 years. I think from 5 years you can expose them to like 3 hours and above. It's okay. Yeah, but not like up to 6 hours, but 3 hours is okay. But less
Mhm.
than two should not spend more than 30 minutes.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah, I found out all those things, and I just realized that I was doing a whole lot of, because my son was less than 2 years then,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
it was a whole lot. And when you say sometimes you think you're using it for educational purposes as well,
Yes.
but some of these, I've realized that some of these YouTube kids video, if you sit down to watch them with,
Okay.
you realize that a lot is also going on there. And
Mhm.
the way they design these things, it's designed in such a way that it's supposed to just captivate them. It keeps them focused,
Yes.
glued. Like it feels like without the television,
Mhm.
that's the only, if that is the only thing they focus on. Every other thing they don't want to focus on. Any other thing, nothing is fun again. Nothing is, you bring toys, I don't want to play, I don't want to play with it, because they just want TV. It has a way of sucking them in emotionally, psychologically. Like they just focus on those things, and it was a battle. I'm saying, when I say it looks like it was so easy for me to transition, it was really a battle, but I'm so glad that I was able to conquer it, and we are fine now, I think.
Yes. No, 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 no. That's absolutely amazing. And what I really love about your journey is you're saying when you discovered the research, you changed. And when we talk about intentional parenting, it's not about being a perfect parent. It's about realizing that, okay, there is this research out there, and what can I do to improve? What can I do to be better? And I think that's the hallmark of intentional parenting. When you find out there is research out there that says the way you were parenting or the way you were doing things is harmful to the child, you adjust. And I also think there is something you mentioned about the children being glued. And with your knowledge of being a medical doctor, I know people talk about dopamine release. I would want you to explain a bit more of that in layman's terms so that we can understand and what the impact it's having on our children. Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay. I'll try as much as possible to not delve deep into this. So in layman terms, is it's like this. When children watch these TVs,
yes.
it has a way of stimulating. It's a hormone. Dopamine is a hormone
Okay.
released by the body. Like it has a way of, as in encouraging or stimulating
Yes,
that release of dopamine,
yes,
making them get so addicted to
yes.
it. Yes, like it's like feel good hormone, making them feel so good, feel so happy. It feels like without, if you take it away,
Mm-hmm.
it's like death sentence, sort of as bad as that. I'll use an example. This happened to my friend. She has a teenage boy.
Mm-hmm.
She took away his video game while he was playing. Oh my god. She got scared because he got so mad.
Mm.
It happened in this country. He got so angry that he rushed to take a weapon
Gosh.
to throw on his mom.
Mm.
That was when she got scared,
Mm-hmm.
and he confided in me, and she started asking, is there any sort of help and all that.
Mm.
So I was able to advise her to try and seek help on time.
Mm.
That is nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
the earlier the better. Yeah, he
Agreed, 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 agreed. And you sharing that story, a lot of us are learning, and a lot of
yeah.
people are learning, about how screens can ignite a dopamine release in the extreme that normal ordinary things like normal ordinary play
Yeah.
is not appealing to the child. These
No.
children are always seeking that happy hormone, which comes from watching a lot of the screen time.
And
So
there's one thing
yes,
they use in making this thing worse is there's one silent killer that is going on
yes.
right now. A lot of parents are not even aware of what is algorithm. This
Ah.
Yes, that is what these systems use to push. In fact, they are all about making money. They are business people, yeah. So whatever it feels like, whatever anything they see people are really interested in. I've also been experimenting personally. I've been coming online before. I wasn't really active on socials, but so I just try to be active on socials this period because I like to experiment and find out. I like research. I like to really be sure of
Mm-hmm.
things, yeah, before saying. And I realized that sometimes in our feeds, for you page, all those things, they actually push these things. So
Mm-hmm.
I started imagining, what if I'm an adult, but what if I'm a child? There's a whole lot of things. If you just go to, you don't need to, even if you block a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things, you block your children from accessing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
The system is designed in a way that it pushes these things to them and they
Mm-hmm.
watch them and it
Mm-hmm.
affects the way they think.
Mm-hmm.
It affects everything, their confidence. If a lot is happening right now, okay, the other time I saw Kemi Badenoch, I think that is her number one point in campaign. That's what she's using as a campaign now, which honestly I'm tempted to vote for her just because of that singular reason. She's really, really invested in safeguarding children on the internet. She wants to try and adopt. She's proposing adopting the Australian style, banning less than 16s from using, yeah, the internet. And she met up personally with parents that are affected in this country.
Yeah.
Parents that have, yeah, I saw the video and it was saddening to
Mm-hmm.
realize that a lot of people are not even aware the extent
Mm-hmm.
this thing damages children, their
Mm-hmm.
self-confidence, it
Mm-hmm.
affects them mentally, it makes them, at that age they're vulnerable, and whatever they tend to just grab things easily. Whatever they see they want to try, they want to be like this person. Image distortion, like this is how you're supposed to be, this is, you get, they want to be like that, they want to be like their icon, they want to be like people they look up to on these things, and it's a problem. It could
Agreed.
even lead to depression, mental health, suicide
Mm.
in children. It's really high this period. It's like 40% higher than it used to be before. In recent times, it's really increasing and it's getting worse.
Yeah, no, I think you are really highlighting very important points in that you are saying social media has a way to even affect children's mental health and even affect them in a way that children end up ending their own lives.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And I think as parents, it's very important to educate ourselves to know how we can actually assist and support our children. So thank you very much for sharing insights on the whole, effects of how Instagram is affecting children, the whole dopamine release and how it affects the brains of the children. I also want you to delve a bit more and share with us what you feel are the biggest online risks for children. I know you mentioned a lot of them, but what do you feel is the biggest online risk for children?
Honestly, honestly, I don't think there's any biggest or smallest right now because
Mhm.
all of them, there's a whole lot of risk, and I don't think there's anyone that is the biggest or anyone that should we should
Or
concentrate more.
anyone that's affecting children more. Maybe not the biggest in the sense of ranking the level of
Yeah,
risk,
yeah, yeah.
but
Okay.
what's affecting children more?
From what I've found out, I would say
Mhm.
is the algorithm.
Okay.
Yes, that is the biggest problem because I've realized that these apps as well, they have their settings and controls.
Yes.
Yes, for example, TikTok has a bedtime. You can put screen time, bedtime, and for you to rest. It has those features in the settings. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but even if you do that, that's 1 hour or 2 hours the child is on there.
Mm-hmm.
The algorithm is still feeding them those things.
Mm-hmm.
They're not blocking off. Yeah, I don't know if you get me. you can block your child's account. Maybe people
Mhm.
cannot add them until maybe you accept, or you understand. But when they are using it, even if it's for 1 hour, the algorithm is still feeding them those things they
Okay.
that are not.
When
Yeah.
you say algorithm, I want you to explain a bit more on that. When you say the algorithm is still feeding, what are they feeding? What is the algorithm feeding them with?
Okay.
Mm.
I'll just use maybe a scenario. For
Okay.
example, now,
Yes.
I go onto my TikTok.
Mhm.
So I go to my for you page.
Yes.
Whatever, most things that are on the for you page are mostly the like the most the most seen,
Mhm.
the ones that are, yes, the ones that people are seeing a lot and liking or commenting on all that. And yeah, the more you like those things, the more those things are liked, the more people are talking about, the more it goes viral. Let me use the common terms now.
Yes.
Yes. So the algorithm is designed to make sure that those viral things are seen by everybody, like are seen by, the more they try to, okay, this is, it's just like, oh, let's test run this person's video, this person made a video, let's test run it, oh, people are liking it, okay, let's share it to more people. That is how the system is designed. So even if your child is respecting himself or herself,
Mm.
it still gets fed to, it still finds its way to them. that
Okay.
is that is why I feel is really a problem.
Okay. No, fair enough. So you're saying even if you limit the screen time to an hour, the algorithm continues to feed them some things that are even harmful. Basically, that's
Yeah.
what you're.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying even that hour, even if it's limited, could potentially harm the child.
It could. Yeah.
Okay. Ah, wow. Sometimes you're thinking 1 hour. So what do you recommend? Say I say I've got an hour, 1 hour Netflix. Maybe my child is watching an educational program there. How would that be harmful to the child? Maybe not on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It might not be immediately. Like,
Yeah.
these things are subtle.
Okay.
So I call it a silent killer. It's subtle. It might not be today. It
Yes.
might not be tomorrow.
Mhm.
It might be the day after tomorrow. That
Mm.
1 hour might just be a 5 seconds advert.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen, I don't know if you've seen cases where some of these even so-called kids TV shows depict certain things. There's one show like that on YouTube Kids that parents really complained about when they found out later that this is what, because sometimes you wouldn't even know what your child has seen until later. That was depicting how to kill yourself, commit suicide,
Mm.
basically. It's a kids show. As crazy as that sounds, it's actually a kids show. You know, when you see kids show, you
Choose
relax.
how to end your life.
Exactly. It's weird. Sometimes I'm telling you, they use anything. They even kids show, some of these shows now. Some of them, like, because there's a whole lot. Oh my kid. What's this? So some
Mhm.
of them, yeah, some of these kids show, they now use it to like negatively educate, or negatively put all these negative things in it, like imbibe. They just imbibe it. It looks
Okay.
like you're watching a kids show, but along the line there's just some negative message being passed around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Go and sleep. Fine.
No, that's actually helpful.
Yeah.
And you've spoken about a few risks in terms of how it's affecting children's mental health, the algorithm. Are there any other and also harmful content? Is there any other risks you feel are harmful to the children that we probably haven't spoken about that you probably want to shed a bit of light on?
Okay. There's cyberbullying as well.
Mhm.
Yes. That one too has been very common nowadays.
Mhm.
And sometimes it looks subtle. You may
Mm.
not even notice that that is actually what is going on.
Mm.
Like for example, this show, I don't know if you've seen it, Adolescence. Is it
I tried to watch it, but to be fair, I didn't finish it. Yeah, yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Okay. Like in that movie, if you go through the boy had in his Instagram page, his picture, some of the comments, you wouldn't know they were
Mm-hmm.
using codes,
Okay.
but that was actually bullying. They were
Mm-hmm.
insulting the boy, but you wouldn't know. If you
Mm-hmm.
just look at it at a glance, you might think that, oh, they are just, having their normal kiddies chat and all that, but they were actually bullying him, and it's crazy. So sometimes it might not look like what it might not really look like typical bullying. It's sometimes it starts that way softly, body shaming, yeah,
Yeah,
which
because I always I agree with what you're saying, and the internet has different sorts of people. Some people who are just there to troll people. So, and your children have to encounter all that. Your children are
yeah,
have to encounter all that. So, I think it's very important for parents to be aware of those things. So, when a child is being bullied, what sort of signs can we be looking out for? Say they are being bullied online.
okay. Um, First of all,
Mhm,
before we go to the signs,
mhm,
it's very important. I just want to share this. I'm not a parenting coach, but I think it's very important that parents should try to have a very good relationship with their kids, especially in this current world.
mhm,
It's very, very important. I know it's not easy. We're all busy.
mhm,
Yeah, we are all busy looking for how to make ends meet and all that. But even if it's 5 minutes, have a shared activity. Even if you come back from work, if it's making
mhm,
dinner together, just just create that bond and
mhm.
create that environment that your child sees you as someone he or she can run to no
Agreed.
matter what. That is the
Mhm,
first thing.
mhm,
Because when a child is bullied, he should be able to come back from school or come back from wherever and tell you, oh mom, dad, look at what happened
okay.
first. But if that's not the case, there are still signs that you can see. There will definitely be changes in
Mm.
behavior, character. Maybe your once bubbly child. For example, one day I like using the personal so that it feels real.
Agreed, agreed.
Yeah. One day I went to pick up my son from school.
Mhm,
I noticed that he was calm. Even a mom colleague that was also there was surprised because my son is bubbly, the one that just came in now. He's very bubbly, social,
mhm,
laughs a lot and plays. So I noticed it. So it's very important that you notice, your child, so that when there's even a slight change in attitude, a slight change in behavior, a slight change in the way he speaks.
mhm,
Maybe he used to look up very, very, very bold and interact, and all of a sudden he's shy or he's bending down and all that. You should notice those things.
mhm.
Yeah, very, very
No,
important. Body language.
I think you're really spot on in what you're saying. And cyberbullying, if you have an open relationship with children, whatever struggles, including those such as cyberbullying, will be
Yeah,
a lot easier for you to observe and notice. And maybe even if they don't say anything, you could initiate the conversation to the child.
yeah,
So I absolutely agree with you on that. And then there's different forms of exploitation and grooming, and I would want you to share a bit more, and just the knowledge you have on those aspects. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Like I said,
Mhm.
sometimes these things don't are not really always clear.
Mhm.
Sometimes it starts with most times you see especially our children that are into gaming.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, some of these people actually they act like they are teenagers as well.
Mm.
They start with compliments.
Mm.
Hi, oh hi, this from playing game. Oh, you're so good at this, or you this. Before you know it, they move to personal chatting.
Yeah.
Before you know it, they're exchanging personal information. Before you
Mm.
know it, maybe sometimes they even act like, for example, I like to use examples. For example, let's say sexual exploitation, and
Mhm.
I noticed that a lot of there's this task force in UK here that tries to act like a teenage girl or boy just to catch these people, because
Mm,
they are there are adults behind keyboards acting like children, acting
mm,
like they're 14 too, acting like they're 15. It makes you relax when you feel okay, I'm dealing with my age mate. Oh yeah, yeah, I attend this school and all that. Hey, before you
mm,
know it, they are chatting. Before you know it, they're asking for some kind type of pictures. Before
mm,
you know it, they're taking and sending pictures. And once they get what they want, then they start threatening,
mhm,
start asking for money, or asking for things, favors, maybe your parents' cards, if this one, that, start trying to exploit the children. There was a case not too long ago that happened in US. I think some Nigerian guys exploited a 16-year-old boy. He
mm,
later committed suicide.
mm,
Yeah, they had to bring the boys to US. They caught the boys in
mhm.
Nigeria. They brought them to US, and yeah, they charge them. They're serving their time now. So these things happen. They're just, and children are very, very vulnerable,
Agreed.
because yes, they are part of the vulnerable groups we have.
Mm,
Them, yeah. So they are they are got, I won't use the word they are so easy to bond with. They can easily bond with people and things, and yeah, so it's easier to just exploit them. So that,
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And as a parent, sometimes you are easily buying all these games online, and you don't necessarily understand, the risks that are around. You're thinking your child is in the house. Back then, the risk was if they come home late, then you are worried. But now the risk
Yeah,
is in the house.
yeah. Now they don't need to go out to meet those
Mm, mm,
dangers. The dangers can find them anywhere,
mm, mm,
which is why it's scary nowadays.
mhm. It is scary, and it's imperative as parents for us to be aware of these risks. And what do you think, as a professional, what could help with these all these risks that you've shared, and you've spoken about, and you've given examples? What could assist with managing those risks?
Okay, I think I've mentioned one. First of all, relationship, communication, being able to communicate. There has to be a very good communication between parents and children.
Yes.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and number two, I know that some parents, a lot of parents, especially those of us in the millennials that were born in the yeah, down, we tend to like not be interested in these things. So for you to know, or know the extent and understand the extent of dangers involved in this things, it's good that you have an idea. At least you come into these spaces and see what it's like. It helps. Some parents, it's even the children that are teaching them or even operating, doing things for them. And when there's a danger or something dangerous, you might not even know, even if it's staring at you in the face. You won't even know that, okay, this thing is dangerous. This thing my child is being exposed to is actually dangerous. So
Mm-hmm.
I would think rank no, communication one, then education two.
Yes,
Yes,
communication, education, yes.
yeah, very important.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's still part of education, and also knowing the kind of tools and support that are out there,
Okay.
yes, for you to use as well.
Yeah, no, I think this brings us nicely to the questions I wanted to ask. You are mentioning tools and support that is out there. And as a parent, you're thinking, I want to find a tool that could assist me in safeguarding my child, whether they are playing games or whether they're having their screen time. So is there a healthy way to do that? Or sometimes they can parents who there are parents who end up overdoing that. Where do we draw the line?
Yes, it's a very tricky place, because as parents we are torn between, not destroying the confidence our children have in us, and as well as protecting them.
Mm.
So knowing where to draw the line, it has been a very dangerous path for us as parents to tread. So there are, like I said, some of these platforms already have some mechanisms which they've put, and that also brings me down to my point of education. Some
Yes.
parents are not even aware that these things exist. That's the
Mm.
first one. And then
Mm.
some of these tools they exist, but some of them, what's the right word? I'm thinking of the right word to use. Some of them are excessively protective. So it
Okay,
feels
so
like policing your
you're
children.
talking about surveillance, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Some of
Okay.
them. Yes. And sometimes I've seen cases where sometimes parents, try to
Mm.
yes, without I feel from the first day it should be like a discussion,
Okay.
especially for the older kids. I'm not talking of the younger ones. The younger ones, yeah, you can have full. But for the older kids, the
Yes.
teenagers, yeah, you have to discuss with them.
Yes.
And for you to discuss and educate them, you yourself have to be aware of certain things so that you'll be able to discuss and educate with your children. Healthy, educate them on healthy habits, healthy digital usage.
Mm.
Because yeah, it's not bad. I'm not condemning it. It's been helpful. It has the good side, the positive side has really, really helped kids as well.
Mm.
Helped them, taught them a lot of things and the educational side and all that. So
Mm.
you have to educate and I wouldn't say sign a contract, but if it gets to that, if that is what it will take, but you need to reach an agreement with your child and make them understand that these things are not to spy on you. It's
Mm.
for your own good to protect you. Even show them, okay, this is how you can use it, so that you don't want unnecessary people coming into your page, or you don't want this sort of people,
Mm.
yeah, coming to you or gaining easy access to you while you're still enjoying what you're gaining from these spaces. You have to be careful. If it's screen time, talk to them about, okay, these tools will help you
Mhm.
in case you're finding it difficult, you're struggling, which is normal at first. Especially it could help you, cut down your hours. If you're spending 5 hours, it could help you, before going on. We could tell you, okay, it's time to go off in 30 minutes, you should be going
Mm.
to all those kind of things. But
Mm.
it has to be like an open discussion for the older kids, because you don't want them to feel like you're spying on them and then get rebellious and things even gets worse and gets out of control. It's happened a lot of times.
Okay, so from what you're saying if you want to keep your children safe, particularly those who are now teenagers, it has to be a discussion and a collaboration as opposed
Yeah.
to you stating and taking control over a child's life where it ends up being a surveillance style kind of
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No,
That
that
that's what I'm still researching, but that's what my research has shown so far. That
okay.
yeah, people that have parents that have this open discussion, they
Yes.
tend to do better than parents that go behind their backs. And when the kids find out, they
Mm.
start, maybe sometimes they get a different account, or they try to override it, or start looking for ways to override it. But if they know that, okay, these things are here, they are here to protect me, for safeguarding, just to protect me, I guess fine. My parents are not snooping into my text. And that's another thing. Some of these tools,
Mm-hmm.
they are excessive in the sense that why am I getting 100 or 150 notifications like every minute? My child is texting this. This is what my. Do you understand? It's
Mm.
yes, it's overrides their privacy, and it's not good. It should be Notifications should be like important things, like, okay, an alarm for this, or your child is trying to overstay or stay longer than spend a longer time than this, or is trying to access a certain site, or someone on. Do you understand? Or from more like from a pattern, like I want a tool in a way that it has to be like a safeguarding tool, noticing subtle patterns or changes, maybe in the way your child is talking, or in the way your child is chatting with someone, or yeah, could now send you an alert, but not sending you alerts every time or every 5 minutes, with full, like more like you're reading your child's text, you're reading their messages and everything. So they feel like maybe you don't trust them. You don't trust them to go to that extent, and you know how rebellious teenagers can be. So yeah, I feel it should be age specific, age centered. Like these tools, like this is something. These are features that are for so age to this age. These are features that are for this age to that age, and all that. These are features for this to this. That's
I agree with you on that. And as a parent, and I don't know how you were parented, but for me myself, just observing a lot of how African
yeah,
parents, they are like, privacy under my roof,
yeah, yeah. No,
under my roof.
you're right. I experienced it too. Correct. True. 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 But it's we can't do anything about it. Times are changing. We still want to maintain our African. It's not like we are changing everything.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
we are just how will I put it? We are just evolving.
Okay, okay.
Evolving. Yeah, you
Yes,
can still parent. I'm not a I'm not a you. That is your specialty. You're the specialty in parenting.
yes,
I
yes.
I'm yeah.
Well, welcome, guys. I can see there's a few people here that have joined, and I can also see Chioma. She's also a parenting coach. Yeah,
Oh,
yes. Welcome, welcome all of you for joining and tuning in.
welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. So you were talking about, as I was saying, privacy, and you were sharing a bit more insights on that. You can go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said it should be in such a way that they still maintain their privacy. Trust should be mutual.
Yes.
Yes, in today's world, that is how it should be. It doesn't mean that you're dropping your African style of parenting. No, we're just evolving from what's how our parents back then they really wanted to be in control of everything, but times have changed,
Okay.
and the consequences of having your child rebel against you or see you as someone that does not trust them,
Mm-hmm.
I think is in this current world is higher. Than you don't want anybody to whisper what your child is feeling to his or her ears and make your child say, okay, this what this person is telling me is right. Yeah, your parents are they don't trust you, they don't care about you, stuff like that. You wouldn't want your child to feel that way, because it can do more harm than good. You might be thinking you're trying to do good, but it might end up harming them in today's world. That's why I keep stressing on in today's world. Things are
Yes.
really
Yes.
different.
It's a different day
Yeah,
and age where people are more aware of children's rights and things like that.
yeah.
I completely hear where you're coming from in this whole technology and digital space. And yeah.
It's not, we're not here to scare, it's not to scare us, but we just have to evolve. We have to learn to use, we have to just embrace this digital and look for a way around it, work together to look for how we can parent in this current world.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've probably explored a lot of the things that I wanted to share. And, in conclusion, I know you're working on something. Before we go, I would want you to just touch briefly on that and how that can be useful to us as African parents in terms of safeguarding our children. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so I've been working on it for some time now.
Yes.
um Initially I had to ask, because as I started seeing a lot of things happening online,
Okay.
I wanted to be sure that, okay, I'm not the only one feeling this way or noticing these changes.
Okay.
So I started by word of mouth, initially discussing with African parents like
Yes.
me,
Yes.
yeah, like us.
Mhm.
So I now decided to just do a survey as well,
Okay. Okay.
which I did. And out of the 100 parents that wrote the survey, that did this, that took part in the survey, like it's like everybody was screaming the same thing. We were all screaming the same thing, like
Mm,
what's happening? How can we protect our kids in this digital world? We are scared
mm,
of cyberbullying. We are scared of losing our kids. We are scared of. So it was the same thing. So I started, researching and wondering, how can we help each other?
mhm,
What can we do to help another? But I'm currently still researching and developing a
mhm.
tool.
Okay.
Yes, and this is not just like any, because I am using the voices from
Okay.
African parents, yes, to
Okay.
build it. So
Okay.
it's not just, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's still in the prototype phase, and I'm still building it. And after that, I will still want to test it,
Okay.
check if it's okay, if
Mhm.
there's anything I need to add or take out, if what other features can help us African parents navigate this digital space, this digital world. Yeah.
No, that's amazing, and I think you're doing incredible work there, because it's one thing to talk about problems and issues, and then it's one thing to want to find solutions to those problems and issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I really commend you for the work you're doing. And if there's anything I can do to support, or anything that people can do to support, uh, so that the outcomes of our children, are a lot better. I think
Yeah.
it's a worthy cause. I think it's a worthy cause.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I want us to come together as a community
Mhm.
and make this work out. Like, I want us to come together, try the product. When I'm done, it would be nice to, share it to African parents, so that they can just use it and see what it's like, or see if there are any changes or anything we need to, because I have us in mind, or I had
Okay.
us in mind. That was why I needed to hear from African parents,
Yeah.
yes, just to be sure that I don't it's not just like making a tool and just putting it out there, putting it
Mhm.
on the Apple Store and all that. I wanted to design something that would actually help us solve all our worries, yes,
Okay.
and fears as well. And also I started like an educational channel as well on Instagram. Yeah, it's still empty for now, but it's called online digital safe camp. Yeah, digital safe camp is on Instagram. So
Okay.
yes, so I want to build a community where I can share tips, like
Okay.
whatever research based tips, like
That
every yes, research based information
that
to
will help.
help us navigate. Yeah, I can just drop it there, and
Yes.
everybody can just have access to it and see, okay, this is what I can do. This is how, if you're having this challenge, or if you're facing this, or this is where the world is going to, because it's not stopping. The digital space is getting bigger. Google is trying to build a bigger data center, because it's and also they did a study even in Australia that about 40% of their people,
Mm-hmm.
guess the age bracket that are using the internet most,
Mm-hmm.
10 to 16 years old. So all these studies,
Oh,
yes, 10 to
wow.
16 years make up 40% of internet usage in the country. That is troublesome. I was thinking it would be like maybe 18 to 24, or 16 to 24, but it's actually 10 to 16. And they are actually screaming, Google is actually screaming, they need to build a bigger data center to manage all the data and everything going on the cloud and all that. They need a bigger data center. That is to show you that it's expanding, it's
Mm,
growing, it's never going to shrink.
mm,
And the fact that 2019 showed everybody that you can actually do a lot online. For example, me, I don't even know the last time I went to a bank. Like, I walked into a bank here to go and do anything. It's always online. With just a few taps, everything has gone, everything has happened. So I don't think it's ever going to like come down. But what I'm just researching on now is how can we just protect our most vulnerable group,
Mm.
starting with children.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I want to build a community where I can just drop my knowledge, information, and if anybody has any information, any knowledge, we can just share, learn, grow together, help each other. Yeah. So
Yeah. Mhm.
that's my passion for now. That's my interest. Yeah.
The worthy cause, and thank you for the work you're doing. I'm a parent as well, and I think I would benefit from something like that. I mean, I do understand the work that goes into education, helping other parents,
Yeah.
being a resource for our community. So I really commend that. And I think before we end our live, I'm going to ask you to share any insights or anything that you feel is a key takeaway that parents would need to take with them. Yeah.
Okay, my number one key takeaway is communication. If you didn't take anything away from this meeting, it's communication.
Mm,
That is the most important thing. Build that communication. Start now. It's never too late. It's not now. It's not too late. Start now. How are you? Just try to have a conversation with your child.
mhm,
Try
mhm,
to follow them. Try to, even if it's fine. I know we are tired when we come back from work and all that, but even
mhm,
if it's 5 minutes, sit down and watch these things with them. Say, oh, let me see what you've been up to. Try to build communication. Try
mhm,
to build up on communication, because no matter what you want to use, whatever measures you want to do, communication is vital. Like, it's like the key. If you're able to get to that point where you can your child can be free with you and
mhm,
discuss things with you, that would be great, because if there's any problem, or if there's anything at all, your child can easily come to you and say, look at what's happening, or this is what I'm experiencing, or this. Do you understand?
I agree. I
Yeah, I
agree.
know it's not easy, or it may not always happen, but it's very important that you are able to establish that communication, so that even when you're using any means to
Mhm,
safeguard your child wouldn't see it as you're trying to spy on me, or you're trying to control me.
mhm,
Your child will be able to see that, okay, my parents are just safeguarding me, they're just protecting me.
mhm.
Do you get? So communication is a very, very important key takeaway. And two things, if it's not just one.
Yeah.
Communication, and then parents, please just try to get, I'm not saying you should become a content creator online or anything, but at least try to understand, or just look into these platforms,
Mhm,
and try to have a bit of understanding and knowledge about them. It will help. Yeah, it will help you know, okay, what you want to protect your child from and how you want to go about it. I think having an understanding of what you want to protect them from is important as well.
agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's it.
And thank you very much, Doctor, for availing yourself and sharing a few insights. Even for myself, I found this really helpful and useful. And the lives are going to appear on both our platforms, and I'm also going to share them on different platforms for all things African parenting. And it's
Okay.
been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. You're welcome.
And I hope to collaborate with you some more in the future, if that's okay.
Yes, I'm open to collaborating with anyone who is intentional about making outcomes for children better.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would be looking forward to that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And to our viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. And I know it's a busy day. I know you're all busy, but you've made the time to just, be there and listen to the insights that would help you parent better as parents and protect your children. Thank you very much. And until next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.